if you do watch this video, I'm actually going to show you the in-depth step-by-steps on what you should do to not only beat your competition, but dominate in your market. So that's why this is the ultimate guide on how to actually beat your competition and conquering your market. There's only one thing that matters and separates the winners and the losers. It's simply mindset. As the quote says, quitters never win and winners never quit. Look, if you knew how to be number one in your area, sell as many houses as you can, you would have already done it. But you don't. And that's why you're watching this video right now. So I want to give you as much perspective and different points of view on how you can actually tackle this. And that way you have the knowledge to go out there and be that number one agent in the area. This is the best thing I think I've been told. And this accounts for agents, real estate, even business. But anytime that something isn't going your way, or not as you planned, just think, what would the best real estate agent do? So put it to you this way. Let's say it's the morning, it's kind of cold, you don't want to go door knocking, but you know you really have got to do it because your pipeline isn't full at all. Now you can either think, well look, it's too cold, I just don't want to do it. Or say, look, what would the number one real estate agent do? Would they sit here, whine about the cold, and not do it and just catch up on emails? Or would they get the door knocking out the way, get that first thing done, and then do what you need to do, social media, follow up emails, more prospecting, cold calls, and do that? Another thing, see how the dynamics change so much? And that's exactly how you've got to think. What would the best agent, the whole country do? What would they do? To drive the point even further home, I want to show you this amazing story. Now, you've probably seen this brand before, Lacoste, or maybe you've even bought something from them, shoes, a polo, who knows what it is. But if you don't recognize this brand, it's a famous tennis wear brands and clothing brand. Now, it didn't always start that way, and actually it was Lacoste himself that was a tennis player, okay? He was very famous. But what he was famous for initially was not his actual clothing brand, although he is today. He actually was the first person in athletes and sports in any different industry to actually start writing down what his competition did. Now, in today's practice, that's normal, especially in basketball, soccer, tennis. But he would study his competition and he would take notes. Okay, they did this, all right, I didn't do this. They wouldn't be, taking the criticism, look, they're nothing to me. They can't even compare. He actually made sure that every time he would play tennis with them, he would know exactly what they would do, what their moves, what their strengths are, the weaknesses. And that's exactly what you need to do in real estate. If you could take that away from this video, you would have a lot. What is the strengths, the attributes that are good that you could actually take away? And what are the weaknesses that you can actually take advantage of? Personal branding is such a big thing, and I know I talk a lot about it on my channel, but the biggest thing is that if your competition is nowhere to be found on social media, there's no online perception of them, they don't have an online presence, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to be posting consistently. I mean, every single day consistently. You need to be posting on your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, redistributing that, okay? And you need to make sure you're doing this on a consistent basis. Now, I've got a lot of different videos on my channel on how you can actually do that, helping you build a personal brand. So I don't want to get too in depth to that. But the point is that you want to just be doing as much as you can, right? The social media is a sea, all right? You could post all day long and you would never fill it up, right? It's a sea. It's like pouring a bucket of water in the sea. It's not going to make a difference, right? So post as much as you can. Don't be afraid if some bad comment hits you. Just keep posting consistently and see what happens. It's fun. It's like an experiment, right? And you need to be consistent in your door knocking so you can sell more houses, make more appraisals, and actually move that needle forward of not even being close or remotely the same to your competition, right? Now with your competition, it's all about sales, it's all about experience. The more experience you have, even in a short amount of time, can make a difference. Now you can say I've had 20 years of experience, but they might only sell one house a month, right? Compared to you, who's only got 5 years of experience, but they sell 10 times as many properties, right? You sell 10 houses in a month. Now, experience is different. It's more about results, and that is what real estate is. It's a results game, okay? It's results. People want to know what results you've gotten for other clients. So it doesn't matter that you've been in the industry that long. What do you have? Maybe it's that now you've got a personal brand and you say, well, look, does the other agent have, awareness of social media? How good are they at promoting your property? If you show them that you have 10,000 followers, now I know, just bear with me. If you say to them, look, I have 10,000 followers and I'm really good at promoting my listings. Now, out of 10,000 followers, do you think that even one would be interested in buying your property and actually paying what you definitely think that it's worth, and it is worth, right? Compared to the other guy that, is very old school, he doesn't really like using social media, he doesn't really believe in that. It's a very different dynamic. And if you're consistent enough, then everything will just compound. Your following will compound, your cold calls will compound, your door knocking will compound, and eventually you look down at the mountain that you've just climbed and you see that you've come a very far way. I have a lot of different apps here, but I think artificial intelligence is definitely the biggest thing that's coming out. And if you're not using it to your advantage, then you're simply just going to be left behind and your competition is going to sweep you before you do it first. So the first thing is obviously ChatGPT. This is what started it all, and this is what's made the biggest difference. Now, the ways in which you can use this and what I found the most useful is this: creating email campaigns, writing emails, even writing the text on your website, creating house listing descriptions, and even helping you create social media content, okay? So instead of having to think about what you need to write, it just does it. Second is Quillbot, which is another good website, quillbot.com, and it improves your grammar. It can also spice up the listing descriptions a bit. So you can even use ChatGPT and then put into Quillbot, and then it'll make it even better from that. And it can even change the tone of the writing. So if you want to make it excited or a little bit more professional, then you can definitely do that, okay? So I would use these two hand in hand, and they're amazing apps. The next one is Copilot. Now, Copilot's actually based through like Microsoft, and you can actually use it. It's free, and it's like ChatGPT, except ChatGPT doesn't allow you to create images for free, where this one does. So Copilot is amazing because you can create exceptional social media posts. It's great for making Facebook ads. I've actually got a video tutorial on how you can do that. And it's very, very unique because it's unlike anything everyone's made. The thing with AI is that it's not that it's better than a human or it's going to replace a human. The fact is it makes it in a 10 times quicker amount of time. It can produce 10 different ad creatives that even an agency wouldn't be able to do just dedicated to ads. Just because it's that insane. Because time is money and this is what you need. Talking about time is money. Now, if you never heard of this word, USP, or unique selling proposition, unique selling point, those terms are interchangeable. You need to. This is what's going to set yourself apart, and you're going to be remembering this for most of your career, until it changes. So there's two different sides to this. If you're an agent watching this, or if you're the business owner, okay, this is a bit different. So this is the agent. The agent, right, compared to someone very experienced, this is your unique selling point. You're young, you're hardworking. Potentially, you have more properties sold in a short amount of time, and you're highly skilled in social media promotion. Now, this is just an example, and obviously it's going to be tailored to you. You're going to know what your unique selling point is, right? What is the reason that people will choose you over your competition? What is it? Is it because you're better in social media promotion? Is it because you've got more followers? Is it because you've got more sales? Is it because you have the best team behind you? You might be a rookie, but you know that you have the best team in the area. Instead of the top agent in your area, you've got the best team. So there's a bit of a difference. Now, for those who are in a business, instead of just being a general real estate agency, you might have a real estate agency that only works with investments and selling investments to other people, right? And that's a whole different category. Or maybe is that you only sell high-end luxury properties. Or potentially it's that you only sell the best residential properties in your area, okay? There's other people, they sell luxury homes, but you're different. You only sell residential to residential people that live in your area. And also having an offer that is so hard to refuse that people just can't say no to it. An example might be that, look, my commission fee is flat and I don't charge anyone over or under. This is how I work. I don't care what your property is, and that's your offer. And people say, well, look, that's amazing. I actually, you know what? I've got a really big house and maybe you can help me with another house. So maybe I might spend a little bit more here, but then it's a very good deal. And if they look at you and they say, well, look, I think we got to go with him because his is flat. There's no extra costs. It's very trustworthy because now there's no hidden costs that you're adding to them that you're not telling them later down the line. And they feel that they can trust you a bit more because that's what real estate is. It's a very bad notion of it having a lack of trust. So having even more trust would be great. As well as being new and innovative. I mean, what are you doing? Are you using virtual tours for your homes? Are you doing online auctions? What is it? The business side is very complex, but I hope that they helped with even the agents. And lastly, it's just this. I mean, I know I've scratched on mindset, but it's the knowledge in the mindset. Now, what you need to understand is that, like I said at the start of the video, if you just knew how to beat your competition or how to be the number one agent, you would have already done it already. You would have already been number one, and to be honest, you probably wouldn't be watching my video. I'm not going to lie. But the fact is that you have made it to this video and you've almost made it to the end. And this is what you need to know. Firstly, the only way to get better at something or knowledge is by reading. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you hate reading, if you love reading, if you're old, if you're young. You have to read books about your industry. What makes it different? What has happened in the past that's exactly what's going on? There's probably dozens of competitions that's happened where two businesses are fighting it out and trying to get their market share up, and they don't want to share it with anyone else. And you can learn from that, and then you can actually apply it, because reading is useless unless you don't apply it. As well as keeping up on news, regulations, laws, something that's going to change the market, ensuring you're always up to date. So you can use anything. This is like the Apple News logo, but you can use anything, Instagram, Twitter. You know more than the other competition, because that's going to help you and make you seem more credible. As well as get invited to events, always go. I mean, that's just a given, but mainly seminars. Now, if there's a seminar that's coming up and it's only $100, just pay the $100. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a waste of your time, because you're going to get a lot out of that and you're going to know more than your competition, 100%. So wrapping things up, this is what you should know. Build a personal brand, okay? Whatever it is, choose your social media platform, get consistent with it, okay? Say little chunks at a day, all right? You can do one post every 2 days and then maybe one post every day, but start small. Maybe do 10 calls a day, ramp it up to 50 calls a day, cold calls a day, and then 100 cold calls a day, and then even 150 cold calls a day. Same with your door knocking. And then you want to use AI to your benefit, the 3 apps, ChatGPT, Quillbot, and Copilot. And you want to find your unique selling point. Are you young and sold a lot of houses? Are you a business and you're very tech savvy? And obviously knowledge is power. The more you know, the better chance you have at actually beating your competition. So look, I have a link in my description. You do not have to click it, but if you just subscribe, that tells me that this is actually going to be worth it and at least help you to get where you want to. Now, if this actually did help you, please like, because that tells me that this video was actually worth your time. But if you want to stick around, please subscribe, and I'm going to be making more content like this. So enjoy the rest of your day and see you in the next one. Bye.